Sorry. My bad. Blooper. Hey. And let's go.
What's your zodiac sign?
Hey.
Lala with the archetypes.
Hey. Let's go. We got Aries and Taurus. And shout out to them Geminis. Hey.
What's your zodiac sign?
Hey. 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 We got Cancer and Leo. And shout out to the Virgos. Hey. We got Libra. Hey. And happy birthday to them Scorpios. Hey. Happy birthday to the Scorpio. Hey. Go Scorpio. Hey. Happy birthday to the Scorpios. Hey. Happy birthday to the Scorpios. It's like, hey, I said, what's your zodiac sign? Hey. What's your zodiac sign? Hey. Big Saggy. Hey, Saggy. What's up, Capricorn? Hey. Hey. We got Aquarius and Pisces. Hey. It's like, what's your zodiac sign? Hey. What's your zodiac sign?
Hey,
Hey. We got Aries and Taurus. And shout out to them Geminis. Hey. We got Aries and Taurus. And shout out to them Geminis. Hey. I said, what's your
Lala
zodiac
with the
sign?
archetype.
Hey. 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 We got Cancer and Leo. Cancer and Leo. Hey. Hey. With them Cancers and Leos. Hey. Hey. What's your zodiac sign? Hey. I said, what's your zodiac sign? Virgo. Hey. What's up, Virgo? Hey. And shout out to the Libras. Hey. 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 A happy birthday to them Scorpios. Hey. Go Scorpio. Hey. Have a party for the Scorpios. Hey. You know we love them Scorpios. Hey. What's your zodiac sign? Hey.
Hey,
Hey. What's your
Lala with
zodiac
the
sign?
archetype.
Hey.
Said Lala with the archetype.
Hey. Hey.
What's your zodiac
We
sign?
got Saggy. Big Saggy. Can't forget them Saggies. Hey. What's up, Aquarius? Aquarius. Can't forget the Pisces. Hey. I said we looking for them Pisces. Hey. Shout out to the Pisces.
Hey,
Hey.
let's go. It's Lala with the archetype.
Hey. What's your zodiac sign? Hey. We got Pisces and Aquarius. And shout out to them Capricorns. Hey, Capricorn.
What's your zodiac sign?
Hey, hey, the scales for the Libras. Hey, we got the scales for the Libras. Hey, hey, we got the scales for the Libras. Hey, what's up, Virgo? Hey, what's up, Virgo? Hey, and shout out to my Virgos. Hey, Big Leo. Where them lions at? Big Leo. Hey, hey. Shout out to the Cancers. Where them crabs at? Hey. Shout out to the Cancers.
Hey, the water walkers.
Hey.
The water walkers be the Cancer.
You heard me. Hey. And shout out to the Cancers. Hey. Can't forget the Gemini. Hey. Real witty.
What's your zodiac sign?
Hey, 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 maybe it's Gemini. Hey, hey, are you a Gemini? Hey, hey, or maybe a Taurus. Hey,
Hey,
what's up?
It's Lala with the archetype.
Hey, hey, shout out to my Taurus. Hey, go Taurus. Hey, and now we back to the Aries. Hey, them fine old Aries. Hey, hey, you know you look good. Hey,
Hey.
hey,
What's your zodiac sign?
hey, hey, and happy birthday to them Scorpios. Hey, happy birthday to them Scorpios. Hey, hey. I said, what's your zodiac sign? I said, what's your zodiac sign?
Hey, what we got?
Hey, me,
Lala
I'm a
with the archetype.
Saggy. Hey, I'm a Saggy. Hey, my husband's a Libra. Hey, hey, it's like, what's your zodiac sign? Hey, hey, I see a lot of interaction over here. We got Aries and Taurus, and shout out to them Geminis. Hey, we got Cancer and Leo. Shout out to the Virgos. Hey, Libra coming with the balance. Hey, the Libra coming with the balance. Hey, but happy birthday to them Scorpios.
Hey,
Happy birthday to the Scorpios. What's up,
indeed.
guys? Hope you guys are doing well in positive energy and attracting a life you desire. Your girl just got turned up. I am hot and sweating. Okay, I'm so excited to be back live with you guys, and I hope you guys are getting everything you deserve. It's your birthright, okay? So what's your zodiac sign? I hope you typed it in the chat. Good morning. How is everyone? How you guys doing? Where you guys at? Where you guys from? What's up?
Drop it in the box.
Drop it in the box.
Pisces, okay?
Shout out to them Pisces.
Morning, y'all. It's been a weekend. It's been a weekend.
Look, I posted on my Facebook page the other day. I was like, today must have had 34 hours because I swear I did 10 extra hours. You been feeling like that since the time change?
That's right. Man, what they say this weekend was weekending.
Yeah.
Ain't that's what they say? It was doing a weekend. How y'all doing this morning? God bless everyone. It's a blessing to have y'all here to receive the messages that we get from the Most High. Truly a pleasure. I've been doing some reflecting, and I'm truly grateful, and you should be too. I got downloads this morning. They brief, but they really to the point. And the first one is, I've been picking up that the evil has been trying to convince children of the Most High that you don't have what it takes or that you're not good enough, right? And what I want to explain to you is that that's a good place to be in. When you feel like you're not good enough or you feel like you don't have what it takes, guess what is easy? It's easy to reach humility. See, when you feel like you're good enough and you feel like you got everything together, it's real hard to reach humility. And when people don't reach humility, normally God fall away from them. Like the humble, humility it's like, it's like something that the Most High really respects humility, right? We are taught that. We've been taught that. But when people get a lot of things and they feel like they the ish, they tend to get arrogant. So the people that feel like you're not good enough or feel like you don't have enough, first of all, I want to remind you, everything that you don't have, God gave you. That sounds crazy, don't it? What do you mean? Everything I don't have, God gave me. Everything that you don't have is what God gave you, right? I'm going to tell you this. God got a purpose for you. And a lot of that stuff that you was attached to and connected to, it couldn't go with you anyway. A lot of the things that you thought you wanted, you couldn't get them because if you would have got them, it would have been the end of your story. I know you don't see it that way, but it's like that. It's like the lack that you have that's what God gave you, right? Like I said, sometimes it's real easy to look at life and you see what you don't have, you see what you want, you see what you desire, right? But you gotta realize the things you don't have is a blessing that God gave you. It's giving you time to really study yourself. It's giving you time to really balance yourself. Think about it. You're in a perfect place where you can move forward. And when you get the things that you manifesting, you can handle them better. Because you allowed yourself to find humility. Because you had areas of lack. A lot of people, in the Bible it says it's easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle than it is for a rich man to inherit the kingdom of heaven. And what it means by that is basically saying when people feel like they rich and they have it all, they get arrogant and they tend to fall away from the voice of the Most High. So embrace your struggle. And somebody, you prayed for money, you got a medical procedure. Did you ever think about how much that costs? Did you ever think how much you cost medically? Somebody, you got insurance, however you got it, but you got a list of medical procedures that you done had, and you don't know that they cost money. So that's some of the money that you asked God to bring in. It went to that. Think about the food that you eat that sustain you, right? Me and my wife was talking about that earlier. Like we look a lot younger than our age, but we both been through a lot. Neither one of us look like what we've been through. But one thing I pointed out to my wife was, through all we went through in life, God blessed us to be able to eat right, right? Because eating right is, you take it for granted that you able to eat healthy meals, right? Somebody, you walking around eating healthy meals still feeling like you don't got what it take. Come on now. Like, without your health, you have no wealth. So, with that being said, don't take things for granted.
You heard me.
Be a little more grateful.
Gratitude.
Gratitude
is always good for us.
Look beyond the surface.
Okay. Gratitude.
Oh, and the last thing is a phrase. You ever heard the phrase, old heads have old heads ever said to you this when you were young? I went through it so that you didn't have to go through it. Well, now you wear that phrase now. Like, we all do. Like, the things I went through in life, I went through them, and I made my bones with the Most High. So my children don't have to go through it. It don't matter how connected to them you are. Once you make a decision to do something different, it frees up space for your bloodline. That's why the phrase, I went through it so you ain't have to go through it, is a very true and real phrase. And it's time for some of us to start embracing that was your calling, that was your destiny, to really go through everything that you went through so you can look at a bunch of people behind you that don't have to go through it. Mm-hmm. If that doesn't make you feel good, then you're vain. You have to check your level of vanity. Because that should make you thrive from your center place. When you look at, man, the work that I'm doing, I'm looking, and God is really giving opportunities to my children, to the people that came behind me. You know, I'm being known for something different. So when I leave away from this place, my testimony won't write, I left stuck in the mud. Your testimony gonna read, you freed up some energy. You took some curses back. And the curses, they gotta play themselves out, y'all. I was just looking at Jacob and Reuben in the Bible, how Jacob spoke curses over his sons before he died. And all of them was cursed until Moses came and freed the bloodline up, right? Which was another ancestor of theirs. He came in the bloodline to free the lineage up, right? It's the same way with us. Like, you know, you could be the Moses of your family. Whereas though it's you freeing up the curses that was placed on your family long before you got here. So just trying to get somebody to really, really be strong in where you at and look beyond the surface.
Okay. Good stuff. Good stuff. Did you guys have a good weekend? Ours was busy. No lie. We had no time for nothing but what we had time for.
Weekend full of grinding.
You know? We've been grinding all weekend. Make sure you guys share this video out so that more people are able to get the message. Let's get into this message. What are you going to say, babe?
I was about to say, like, also your spiritual practices. I don't know what your gifting is, but your spiritual practices, don't let people come along and say things to you like you can't mix that with what God is doing, because it's hypocrisy. People go out here and have full-blown escapades, and then they come and pray, right? So let God be in everything you do. It don't matter what it is that you choose to do, whatever you put your hand to do, let God be in it.
You work late. Don't be letting them overwork you now. Okay? You only work late because you choose to work late. Okay? Thank you, Sky. Hey, Sky. Hello, Sky. Meow. Is that what that say?
What? Oh, what?
Meow.
I can't see that.
Me neither. They said hi. 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 Hello. Hola. All right, let's get a message out. Real quick. I ain't gonna hold you long. Let's see. We got the 9 of Cups coming out in the reverse. So I feel like someone's not happy about something. Someone feels like their wish is not coming true. Someone could be feeling like they're being counted out in a situation. Okay, something like that. There's a person that should be happy right now, but they're not. Someone, yeah, because they're fighting. 5 of Wands is here. There could be someone literally not happy about fights that are going on. There could be a lot of physical altercations in a relationship. There could be mental altercations. I don't know. There's a lot of fighting and disagreeing. Someone needs to learn to work their magic here, something like that. There could be a person feeling unhappy due to fights or something like that. Spirit is saying with number 1, the Magician here, it's very important for you to work your magic. You have everything you need to get out of a situation, past a situation, or through a situation. The Magician has he has something from every suit of the tarot deck. You know, he has a pentacle, he has a cup, he has a sword, and I feel like there's someone here, and I don't know, I feel like you're in a situation where there's a lot of chaos and confusion or something like that. And I feel like you could be in this predicament because it's time for you to use your magic in a situation, something like that. Okay? You could be feeling like you're being defeated by an energy, but God is really wanting you to do something about it. You know, one of those kind of things. And I ain't talking about a physical fight, but I'm talking about, have you prayed about what's going on? You know, have you read a scripture that gives you some enlightenment? You know, have you did something spiritually, you know, to get out of this situation? Something like that. There's a lot of chaos and confusion. There could literally be someone that got into a fist fight, or I don't know if there's something about domestic violence. I'm sorry. And you know, if you are going through some kind of domestic violence, our inbox is open. You know, if you need help, send us a message. We can definitely make sure you are safe. Okay, something like that. There could be someone who likes to intimidate people. Okay, there could be, I don't know if someone's dealing like with a warlock or a witch or something like that, something evil, something dark, somebody that literally wants control of all situations, and if they don't have control, they want to fight about it. Someone doesn't want a person completely happy because they're not happy. You know, I'm getting like the misery loves company kind of energy, something like that. Okay.
I don't know, it could be because I got a King of Pentacles in reverse to the Six of Wands to the Queen of Swords. And the King of Pentacles in reverse is being clarified by open-mindedness. And this Six of Wands is being clarified by forgiveness. So what I really feel like, this could be a earth sign masculine, right? And with them being in reverse to the open-mindedness, it's like somebody who won't really see things beyond where they see things at. Like this could be a person that's stern, stuck in their way. They can look at what you do and maybe it just does not resonate with them. It says the King of Pentacles is in reverse due to lack of open-mindedness. So this could be a masculine in your energy that maybe they sleep and they haven't awakened. And maybe they just don't agree with the way that you move, right? The Six of Wands to the forgiveness is basically you being called to forgive and to understand. You are held in high honors, and I feel a certain resentment about this. When you moving in the Six of Wands energy and people can't see, you know, they don't have a mind to see what you're doing or understand where you at, what happens is it breeds a resentment. Because when you in Six of Wands, you protected. You're held in high honors. So it's like, even though they don't agree with what you're doing, it's working in your favor. Because God is basically Six of Wands. We're talking about the Most High. Somebody's held in high honors and somebody doesn't get it. The Queen of Swords in reverse being clarified by growth. It shows me, you, turning away from maybe lying, turning away from being impulsive and cursing people out. The Queen of Swords in reverse is also assaulting people indirectly, right? I'm really picking up on that. Maybe you could be a person that used to go, you know, some people, they go to Facebook and they post indirect messages. Maybe you was one of them. And some people, they got a lot of power when they do it. Like, it hits the intended target, right? You could have been in that energy. I see you growing and moving away from it. Like I said, you held in high honors, right? I'm going to leave it at that. Everybody not going to agree with it. Maybe you have a father figure. The King of Pentacles is also a father figure. So maybe somebody's dad doesn't agree with them. Or it seems like an older masculine maybe not agreeing with what you do.
So I wanted to get more on this energy that I seen here. So I was like, well, let me get some clarification cards for what we already have laid out. So of course we had the Nine of Cups that came out in the reverse, and I pulled a clarification card, and it says cloudy judgment, illusions, unbalanced, and distorted. So I feel like with the Nine of Cups in the reverse to cloudy judgment, you could not be seeing things clearly. You know, you could be feeling like, you know, God is counting you out. You could be feeling like things are not working out for you. You could be feeling like things are taking too long. But I feel like it's an illusion, you know. Things are going according to how they should go. You know, everything that has happened in your life thus far has been perfect timing. There's been a lot of things that you wanted very quickly. There's a lot of things that you wanted to wait on, but I feel like every time something has happened in your life, it's been divine timing. So I don't know, you could feel unbalanced and distorted, but I feel like this is a time where it's very important to practice gratitude. You know, sometimes we get lost up in the things that we think we should have or how we think life is unfair, and we forget to show gratitude. And I feel like right now is very important. Your judgment can be very cloudy. You could be seeing things incorrectly, something like that. Now, with the five of wands that came out, the clarifying card is longing, craving, aching, and wanting. So I don't know if someone's fighting with their ex or something like that, but I feel like if you are fighting with your ex, you know, you have to ask yourself this question: who opened Pandora's box? Yeah. You know? Like that kind of energy. You know, if you want to be done with something, you can't keep opening the door. You know, it's like that kind of energy. I feel like, you know, there's a person here, and you could be fighting with an ex because I don't know if you're craving attention, you're wanting just the presence of another person, or your heart is aching. So you find yourself, you know, going back down the same road over and over again. But at some point, Spirit is saying, you have to trust me. You know, you're longing and craving for the wrong things. You know, the attention that you look for from these people, all you have to do is seek and you shall find me, is what I'm hearing. Something like that. You know, and then we got the Magician out here to divine masculine, yang, masculine energy. So I feel like with the Magician coming out here and divine masculine, you could be a man or a masculine energy. I'm going to say a man because I'm feeling heavy on the man. And I feel like, sir, you know, Spirit is saying, you know, you have the keys to the kingdom. Now, it's up to you whether you unlock the door or not. It's something about the thing that's inside of you. I feel like you keep doubting what God has given to you, you know, and it's like, do you really have faith if you keep doubting what's inside of you? You know, something like that. I'm looking at a man where, you know, this man is very strong. Something about infinite, okay? The infinite, okay? Something like that. I feel like, you know, infinity and beyond. I feel like there's a person here, and, you know, you deal with a lot of challenges, divine masculine, but God gave you literally everything you need to wipe everything out of your way. Like, you know, something like that. Okay, you could be looking at challenges the wrong way. You could be looking at things like, I can't handle this, it's too much, when you have every tool you need inside of you. So it's very important to remember, sir, okay, that God has placed something in you that no man can wipe off of you, no woman can wash off of you, something like that. Okay, I feel like being in your masculine energy is very important. You know, sometimes when a man, it's good when a man has a balance. You know, he can be in his feminine and masculine energy. But I feel like right now, divine masculine, is good for you to stay in your masculine energy. If you find yourself in your yin, feminine energy, you can find yourself in a lot of arguments and disagreements. Something like that. It's a time needed for you to be in your total masculine energy. I'm talking about, you know, taking total control of things in your masculinity, something like that.
I'm gonna touch on that just before I jump into my divine masculine. The longing, the craving, the aching, and the wanting, that's the battle right there. When you have something that you long for and you crave and you ache for and you want it so bad, That's the thing you got to be able to resist. In order for you to have strength on your journey, the things that you have these emotions for, you got to still be able to bypass them. If you don't, it's going to be a crutch. And, yeah, I'm going to leave that there. Over here, you got the Four of Pentacles, and it's being clarified by exploration, Two of Pentacles in reverse to the Ten of Cups in reverse. So, again, this is masculine energy. The Four of Pentacles to the exploration is you needing to explore more. And to be, although being in your masculine energy is needed, you need to have a feminine balance in order for you to create. If you being in your masculine energy to take charge and control is very good. But also the masculine energy it needs to have a splash of feminine energy so that you can be creative and you can be willing to explore, right? I feel like somebody's holding back with the Four of Pentacles. You're not willing to go outside. That's what the King of Pentacles in reverse could have been. Not willing to go outside the box, not willing to see beyond where you was taught, right? And even being confronted with the unknown. A lot of masculines, we can run from that. Areas are unknown, not familiar with us. You know, masculine don't like to be in no place where we ain't familiar with. That's like putting us in a room full of people and we don't know nobody. Some of us, we don't like to be in that situation, but it's required. Just imagine, in order for you to elevate to the next level, you got to get comfortable with being around people that you don't know, being in rooms with people that you don't know, right? And then the Two of Pentacles in reverse is being clarified by confidence, right? And this is you feeling uncertain. And I feel Holy Spirit is wanting you to lean towards confidence, as opposed to being in the Two of Pentacles in reverse is staying in that place where you feel like you're not good enough too long. I be in that place a lot, but I try to pull myself out of it, be productive and be creative because I know that God is in control, right? So that helps me fuse my confidence. I don't know what can help you with yours, but something is needed to make you lean towards confidence, right? Confidence is also a masculine attribute, right? You got, sometimes the feminine is drawn to the masculine because of confidence, right? Sometimes things move in the world when the masculine is in confident energy, it moves things, it shifts things in the world. And a lack of confidence, it shows up as well in the world, the same way. So when you moving with a lack of confidence, it speaks volumes. People can read it, they can see it, especially energy readers, they can see it. Ten of Cups in reverse, being clarified by lightness. So masculine, you gotta come out. I'm hearing Spirit say, come out of the darkness into the marvelous light, right? I know a lot of us, and I feel like this is purely masculine. The strong ones that I know, you know, just in my circle, the strong masculines that I know, they got certain hang-ups. They was raised certain ways, hold on to certain belief systems, and certain dark energies. You can find yourself in them, just by default. So just stay focused and try to stay on the light side of things. Like you feel yourself veering towards dark places, right? And you in there, just shake yourself and get yourself out of there, right? And don't believe that you can't. That's another thing before I leave. Just because you're surrounded by darkness or you shrouded in darkness, it doesn't mean you can't shift into lightness. All it's a matter of is changing your perception, right? That's it. Change your perception. Realign, reset your intention daily if it causes you. You could be shrouded in darkness. That's all right. Make your darkness walk to the light with you. God never rejects you because you shrouded in darkness. That's a belief that we hold on to. This shift.
Good stuff. We got health coming out. It says, I will honor the physical vessel that enshrines my soul. You could be trying to get healthier. You could be learning that, your health is your wealth. What's money if if you're constantly sick? What's money if you're constantly needing some kind of treatment, something like that. Someone could be taking their health more seriously here. Okay, you could be doing things daily to incorporate healthier habits or something like that, or you could be needing to. Me and my husband, we love to take a walk. Walking puts me in a meditative state. And I notice that when I walk, we have very intimate conversations. So something about that could be significant. You could be doing more at home workouts or something like that. Maybe you made a lot of excuses about the gym at one point, but now it's like I can get it wherever I'm at because that's who you are. God made us to be people that, it doesn't require much for us. It's about the effort that we put in. So something like that. Let's see. Yeah, we got change. Now, change is coming out in the reverse. I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement, okay? I don't know. There could be you could be sitting still in some spots where God is wanting you to move, okay? Something like that, Now, it's good to sit still so that you can hear, but I feel like this could be a time to make a move. Some kind of change is needed here. If you want different results, you have to do something different, okay? So you could be sitting there like, why is this not changing? Well, have you changed up your routine? Have you changed the way you do a thing? Have you changed the way you look at things or something like that? We got change here. Change is the inevitable. Whether we want it or not, everything is constantly changing, so it's very important to embrace change. Okay, there could also be someone who is refusing to change their bad habits and it's affecting their health. Okay, if you have a person and the doctor's like, you have high blood pressure, but every time you eat, you need a salt shaker, that could be an issue. And I get it. Sometimes those are things that we have to literally pray over because, what is it? The spirit of gluttony, right? Where you just want to eat and you don't even, so just remember, these kind of things and something about that, someone could really be needing to change something here. Someone could be expecting different results. And God is miraculous, but we do have to take that one step and then he takes two. Remember? Something like that. Okay.
Queen of Swords, torches. Queen of Torches, which is the Queen of Wands. To the Four Cups, to the Two of Swords. Transformation, new beginnings, and adaptability. It's out here. But let me explain your tarot energy, right? It's a little more deeper than this oracle. The Queen of Torches to the Four Cups to the Two of Swords, right? You set out and you made a move, right? Then after you made the move, maybe you realize, I was a little naive. There's some things I'm overlooking. And now you're in the Two of Swords, where you're actually wondering, maybe, if you've done some things that's going to come back and bite you in the ass, right? This is what I'm feeling. The Four Cups, let's start there, because that's your naive place, right? And it's the place of your new beginning. It's requiring you to really look at what you've done, right? When you in a Queen of Torches, and that's an assertive move, that's a fast move, that's magic, right? That's like transformation to the snake. Yeah, you did a magic trick. Some sort of magic is done here, right? It don't have to be a ritual or cauldron, right? It could just be the way you believed in something very strong and you moved on it. You made a move about it, right? Maybe God is even with you when you made this move, right? But maybe you're in a place now where you feel like, I don't know if God was with me. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I ain't look at everything. I ain't really weigh up all the cards. But it's your new beginning. So the move, it puts you in a new space. And maybe that could be your naive place too. Maybe you're just looking at what you see and you're not taking a step back and looking at everything that's going on, every moving part, right? And the best place to do that is on your bed. You know how the Bible says, be still on your bed, right? When you laying on your bed and you getting up, because some people you hop up and grab your phone and right? You right back into the energy maybe that you left off with last night because you're going right into, how about lay on your bed, right? And think about life now. Because after this Queen of Torches to the transformation is showing me you in a different place. Adaptability to your Two of Swords. You got to be willing to take what life is throwing at you. You made a powerful move, so it changed. This is what a timeline shift looked like. Oh, somebody thought that when you timeline shift, oh, I'm going into the best version of myself. Everything is going to be gold now. No. You got to adapt. Your timeline shift, it can bring on, you could be like, man, why did I do that? It felt like everything fell apart. I'm in the wrong. Nah, you in the right place. You just have to be adaptable. It requires you to adapt. You know, all of the stuff that you didn't calculate could be showing up now. And that could be a problem, you know. But you can work through it. Spirit says if you learn to be adaptable, right? And somebody, your adaptability could be humility and self-control. Maybe Spirit is calling you to adapt in that way, to find more humility and more self-control. Self-control is going to stop you from feeling like you have to respond to everything. Yeah, I'm going to get out of there. I'm going to get out that. Get out of there.
I heard Kim. Unconditional love. My heart is free from resentment towards others. I open the eyes of my heart and discover the light and beauty in every being. I'm aware that suffering can cause distress and hurt in people. I see the pure child in everyone and practice forgiveness. This card has came out like twice. You know, I think it's very important that you know, we continue to see that everyone has their own issues. We all have different traumas from our childhood that, you know, we just need to forgive. Something like that, you know. I feel like, I was telling my husband yesterday, when I transition, I want my heart to be as light as a feather, you know. I can truly say that I don't have any resentment, hate, or anything for anyone. You know, I deal with people accordingly and I love them and I see the hurt in people, you know. When people do things, I'm like, okay, I see, you know, it makes sense to me. I understand that, you know, this person was lacking here, so they don't know how to show empathy in this area. They don't know compassion, you know, the way I do, you know, things like that. So unconditional love is very important. You could be running into individuals who are different, you know. Maybe they don't have the same background as you. Maybe they don't know love like you, you know? Something like that. We got mistakes, misunderstood, victim, and lost soul. I told you, there could be a lot of people that come in towards you. I feel like God is sending people to you. And they can be misunderstood. They could be, you know, victims of different things. They could be lost souls. Will you reject them or will you receive them because they don't look like you? They don't sound like you. They may not smell like you, something like that. Unconditional love is very important right now. Something about the moon, divine feminine energy. Something about secrets being revealed. Okay? Something like that.
I'm hearing the names Terrence, Gloria, Stephen, Melody, and Courtney. We got the Ten of Swords in reverse, to decisive action, to the Fool in reverse, to boundaries, to the Nine of Torches in reverse, to trust. And I'm going to start here. I can understand why somebody's wounded and has trust issues, right? Because this nine of Torches is a wounded warrior with the trust in reverse. Like, somebody has trust issues. But the reason why is because in past situations, right, You let things go without making a decisive action. The Ten of Swords in reverse to decisive action is basically like being trapped in a cycle and not really having the presence of mind to end it, right? And this could be masculine or feminine energy. You know how you in a relationship and you begin to look around, and this is past energy. You in a relationship or you were in that relationship, and you begin to look around and you notice that everything was dying, right? Slowly but surely, it was dying, right? At that point in that relationship was the time when you're supposed to say, all right, let me get away now, because everything around the relationship is dying. This is not arguments. This is not fights. This is not disagreement. This is much deeper than that. This is when everything could be going smooth. No arguments. No, not. But when you look around, things are dying. Kids are going out of control. Kids are being arrested. Kids are being abused. People are on drugs. People are making bad decisions. Money is coming in, but it has no the moral code attached to the money that's coming in is not there. Meaning the money can be coming from the plight of others, right? This was a relationship that I seen somebody in, right? And then the Fool in reverse to the boundaries, it shows me a misuse of power, right? And I feel like it was past energy, but it's showing me why you're wounded and have trust issues, right? Fool's energy in reverse to the boundaries, that's somebody that you kept on doing it, misusing your power. You had no boundaries whatsoever at one point. You got the Fool in reverse to the Ten of Swords in reverse, decisive action and boundaries. You took neither. You didn't set a decisive action in motion. You stayed in that cycle, and you had no boundaries. Somebody you could have been willing, or you could have been connected to somebody that was willing to use other people to gain the advantage, right? And I'm not saying it was you. You could have been connected to somebody that did that. And it could have affected you on a moral level. Maybe you ignored it, right? But the fact that you did ignore it, this is why you now a wounded warrior with trust issues. Because you think everything is going to blow up like the past. You think it's going to, and it will if you don't establish boundaries. You will go through this continuously. The Ten of Swords ain't no light, easy energy. That's either you will or you won't, because when you're in a cycle, it's life trying to teach you a lesson. If you come out of the Ten of Swords and you get good and everything, you can go right back into the Ten of Swords if you don't set boundaries. Look, Fools in reverse to the boundaries. Let me tell you something, whoever you are. Don't do the same thing you did in the last relationship. Don't do it. Let that be your boundary. If you see it moving towards how it used to be with you, you know the problem is in you. Whether you got a good person, a bad person, or somewhere in between. If you don't set no boundaries, ain't nothing going to change. Meaning you can have a good person without boundaries, you're going to turn them into a bad person. You can have a bad person without boundaries, you're never going to be able to get away from that person. You're going to remain nine of torches to the trust. A person who wounded with trust issues. You have to make a decision whether you want to live your life that way.
Forgiveness. Forgiveness is big this morning, okay? I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. You know, people want you to hold these feelings of resentment, anger, anxiety, malice, you know, these evil energies. People want you to hold this towards them because they know that if you don't forgive them, you cannot be forgiven. If you don't forgive them, you will not feel free. So I am asking someone this morning to fight to forgive. You know, I'm not saying forget. Remember, we forgive. We don't forget, but forgive now, right? Like that kind of energy, you know? So it's very important to forgive. I feel like there's someone and you could be blocking your own blessings because it's so hard to to forgive some things that people have done to you because the shit was dirty, it was low down, it was unnecessary, and it was hurtful, you know? So I understand, but I feel like that is your biggest blockage. You could say that you forgive, but in your heart it's truly not how your heart feels. And maybe you need to be asking God, like, look, I need help with this one. This one is so major, Lord. I have been trying to forgive and I can't find forgiveness in my heart. And that's okay. You know, it's okay to be like, look, I have tried and I'm not finding it. You know, this is the reason why we go to the Most High when we get in these kind of situations. We're human,
You know?
right? So forgiveness, you know, if you're really trying to get to the next level, which you are, there's a person here and your heart is so tender that it won't allow you to forgive. And with a cold heart, with a hardened heart, you know, it can make situations very difficult for you. So, you know, you could be needing to say a prayer for forgiveness. You know, you could also be feeling like, you know, you don't forgive yourself for a lot of things that you've done and gone through. Maybe you're beating yourself up about all of the decisions that you made, the choices. You know, sometimes I make some of the dumbest choices sometimes, right, in my spirit, and I'm like, Lord, why can't I make the right decisions? You know, I got to go to God sometimes. And I feel like for the most part, I make pretty good decisions, right? Yeah. So, you know, because I do feel like I make pretty good decisions, when I do feel like those couple ones that sneak in and I feel like they weren't my best, I got to go to something higher than me, you know? And so in order to forgive myself, because, you know, when you hold on to like self-hate, pity, you know, all those kind of things, it keeps you stagnant. So, you know, I have to learn to forgive myself for some of my own mistakes so that I can continue to move forward, right? Mm-hmm. This could be you.
Mm-hmm. Right, what you're saying, right? It's right here. You got the Knight of Wands upright to the opportunities, but then you got the High Priestess in reverse to the guidance. Slow down. Like, I'm hearing that song, slow down.
I just want
hey, baby, your lips. You gotta slow down, right? Listen, the Knight of Wands to the opportunities is there for you. It's there. It says it. Assertive opportunities are there. But the High Priestess in reverse, being clarified by the guidance, you don't know all you think you know. You're not ready as you think you are, right? You could very much be a High Priestess, but that doesn't mean that, you know, that don't mean you in a High Priestess energy because you're a High Priestess. It's still things you have to learn. You have to have guidance. You can't just wake up. I mean, unless you're a person and you're going to live your life completely given to spirit, whereas though, you know what that looks like? It looks like imbalance. Like, for somebody to try to just get all your insight from your ancestors, all your revelations from spirit, you don't really have a foundation. You don't really have enough knowledge that's going to really, really make you be in this High Priestess energy. It's there for you, but you need to be guided to it. I think somebody, you just really need to slow down. Maybe you're trying to practice too many things at once, at the same time, right? Because the Knight of Wands to the opportunities, and let me understand something to you. When you're a seed of the Most High, the enemy will make a lot of things available to you over other people because it's all meant to distract you. It's all meant to draw you away from what you're truly supposed to be doing. So don't be a person that's not willing to get guidance, or don't be a person that's not willing to tear it down and rebuild it, right? Somebody, like my wife just said, you got to reach for the Most High. You got to reach for more. You need guidance. You assertive. Yeah, it's there for you. Many opportunities. But you just not this High Priestess that you think you are yet. You have to grow into that. And you need guidance to get there. You can't have a rebellious spirit and think you a High Priestess and go to judging everybody else, you be like, oh man, look at them. Well, I don't want to do, I don't want to. Why? Because they not saying what you want to say. That's what you need to hear. Sometimes the people that saying what you don't want them to say is exactly what you may need to hear. Therein can lie your greatest guidance. Stop looking for people that resonate with your spirit, right? Everything that resonates with your spirit is not going to be becoming of the person you're trying to be. Sometimes it's not even resonating with your spirit. It's coinciding with your ego. Know the difference.
Period. Okay. So, forgive yourself and forgive others. I would say going forward today, make a prayer for those things that are hard for you to forgive, That's the only advice I can give, because some things are just hard, When you've been through some things that were very challenging, very, emotional, very painful, you can say you forgive, but your heart, in your heart, those things that still kind of hold you up, those things that still kind of make you feel some kind of way. I ask that today you use this for prayer so that you can forgive, so that you can be forgiven, so that you can move forward with life. Hey. And that was the message. We love you guys so much. We hope you enjoyed the message. If you haven't already, make sure you hit the bell notification so that you're notified when we go live. If you haven't already, join us on our Facebook pages. We got La Dawson, L-A Dawson, D-A-W-S-O-N, and Harvey Dawson, H-A-R-V-E-Y, D-A-W-S-O-N. Join us there where you can get your weekly zodiac reading. We love you guys so much, and we'll catch you later. If you would like to be a blessing to our channel, all of our information is on our page. Have a good Sunday.